Hello everyone, I'm Luke Rains.
And I'm Tyler Gaines.
And you're watching The Sting.
Everyone please remember to like and subscribe, and we always appreciate it.
We'd like to remind everyone about the senior video, and we still want to have anyone that's interested in being interviewed come out.
If so, head on over to the broadcasting room and talk to Mr. King about getting yourself and your friends in the video.
We'd like to thank everyone who donated blood last week.
And thanks to Hosa for participating and helping out.
And our biggest congratulations goes to our boys basketball team for the crushing win against Forest High School. We won 64-58.
The Jackets played hard, and we wish them a good luck on the next round of the playoffs.
Now let's head over to sports with Tanho.
It's empty. Hi, and welcome to Sports with Tanis. I'm your host, Tanis Beek, but you can call me Tano. We have our soccer game. It's our second one of the season. It's our first home game of the season on the 26th against Hume Fog. JV is going to be at 4:30 and varsity is going to be at 5:30. So let's go out and support our soccer team for our first home game. And baseball also on the 26th is going to be our first home game of the season against Centennial at 5:30. It's actually at 5 o'clock, not 5:30. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so we have those two games going on at once. So it's going to be a busy day, but I think we're going to pull out some good wins. So go Fairview Jackets, and back to you guys.
Thanks, Tanis.
Up next, we have an interview with state wrestling champion Jackson Clevenger. Let's head over to Sports MVP of the Week with Kelsey.
Hey, I'm Jack Johnson here with Jackson Clevenger, the state wrestling champion. We got a couple questions for him. So how long have you been wrestling?
I've been wrestling since the end of my 7th grade year in the AAU club we have.
So how is wrestling in high school different from wrestling in middle school?
Everything from the style of wrestling to how you wrestle, just the aggression levels and the knowledge levels are very different.
So what made you want to start wrestling?
I went to my little brother's first AAU practice, and our head coach, Bubba Derrick, pulled me out on the mat and asked me to come wrestle for him. And when I did, I developed a drive for it, and I started liking it a lot more than I thought I would.
So how has your coach helped make you the wrestler that you are today?
He got in the room with me, taught me everything I know. He pushed me in the conditioning and just pushed me to be who I am. And I think me wanting to be a wrestler and me wanting to win helps me make who I am.
So have you been to state before?
Yes.
So how does it feel winning state?
The feeling's unreal. You know, it's hard to accept at first. And when you do, it starts to settle in and you start to feel better about yourself and you get more confidence, and you know, everybody congratulates you this and that, and sometimes you're like, well, that's cool. I mean, the feeling's really unreal and it's hard to accept at first.
Awesome job. Good luck next year. This has been Jack Johnson with Jackson Clevenger. Back to you guys.
Thank you, guys. We'd now like to take time to shout out our Science Bowl team.
They competed in the Tennessee Science Bowl, making it into the top 6 team in the bracket. Great work, everyone.
With our upcoming play, Beauty and the Beast, we thought we'd have some Disney-themed lunchtime interviews this week.
Take it away, Christian.
Okay, what's the monkey's name in Aladdin?
Probably like Simba. That's what I'm saying.
Alrighty. How many dwarfs did Snow White have?
9.
Okay. What's the name of Simba's father?
Mufasa.
Okay. What is the monkey's name in Aladdin?
Abu.
Alright. Who was the first Disney princess?
Snow White.
That's good. You're the first person that's got that.
Really?
Yeah. What does Ursula take from Ariel in The Little Mermaid?
I know she has a giant orb, like a crystal ball. Yeah.
Do you know how many sisters Ariel has?
No.
What U.S. city is the setting of The Princess and the Frog?
Paris.
They knew it. What U.S. city is the setting of The Princess and the Frog?
New Orleans.
Alrighty. How many dwarfs did Snow White have?
She had 7.
There you go. What's the name of the cat in Alice in Wonderland?
I think he's purple, and he's pink and purple. and I don't know his name, but I know who. Wait.
What does Ursula take from Ariel in The Little Mermaid?
A shell.
It's her voice. And for the last question, what was the name of Simba's father? Mufasa. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Christian.
We have a new upcoming segment to introduce, and it's a music segment where we will be talking about different albums and songs that are out now. This week we have Tanis Beak and DJ Estes hosting.
Take it away, boys.
Thank you. And welcome to Music Review.
This is a new segment that we have. We're basically just going to be reviewing music. And we're going to have a couple different hosts every different week, but this week we're going to have myself, Tanis Beak, and
DJ Estes.
And the song that we're going to have for today is Moon River by Frank Ocean. So here we go. 1, 2. So one thing that I like about Frank Ocean that I think is pretty cool is he does this thing with his voice, especially on his last album, where like he like pitches it towards like higher. And then like he goes back down to normal, and something that like you don't really hear a lot in like R&B and soul, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and I actually didn't know this until we just looked it up right now, but this song has a lot of history, and Frank Sinatra and Amy Winehouse have both done covers. And I just knew like the original song, but I didn't, like, you know, when I heard Frank Ocean's, I was like, oh, that's cool, but I didn't know that they did it too, which is pretty cool. So I like both of them.
Yeah, when I first heard this, I recognized it because my mom used to play it for me on the piano.
Mom's a pretty good piano player, I'm not gonna lie. She really be playing them keys, you dig? Yeah, she's pretty good at it. My dream breaker, wherever you're going, I'm going, that's it. This song brings back some tough memories back for Valentine's Day. Just say I spent that day alone. Heartache. So yeah, it's a beautiful song, honestly, but it just brings back a lot of painful memories. And but it's beautiful, and I'm really proud of Frank Ocean for doing such a beautiful cover.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to y'all.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, boys.
This week we'd like to highlight the Mechatronics program led by Kevin Sizemore.
Let's head over to Spencer Flake for the interview.
Hello, I'm here today with Coach Sizemore, the instructor of the Mechatronics program. So what do you expect your students to learn from your program?
My students are going to learn a variety of skills. They're going to learn some electrical work. They're going to learn some programming. They're going to learn how to do process control. So there's a whole wide range of stuff they're going to learn.
So then out of those things, what's your favorite thing to teach?
Right now, I think it's the robot itself. They're learning how to program it right now, so they're messing around with it, getting it to do stuff, and so they hit a button and they're like, "Oh wow, that did that!" And so it's pretty cool to see their reactions to that.
So I'm assuming, would that probably be the answer to what is your favorite gadget? Or?
Yes, yeah, that's the fun one to play with.
Yeah, and then in that case, how did you get into mechatronics?
Well, I was an engineering teacher beforehand, and Dr. Euler came to me with this great opportunity and said we wanted to start this program, and it was very similar to some of the things I was teaching, and it let us go into some of the things that we wanted to teach that we didn't really have the capability to teach. So it just expanded on what I was doing before, so it was a pretty easy transition.
That's awesome. In that case, what's one thing that you want your students to remember about you?
Well, since this is college level work, I want them to remember that I pushed them hard and I didn't let them just slip by. They're having to do, it's a little bit different of a class because it's performance based. So they get problems that they have to actually work through. There's not a clear-cut answer sometimes. So that's what I like from them to remember the most is that they had to think, they had to do some problem solving, and it wasn't just here's the answer and it's not an A, B, C, or D question.
That's awesome. That's a really good thing to walk away with. But yeah, thank you so much, and back to you all in the studio.
Thank you, Spunker.
Everyone be sure to check out The Swarm, the Fairview High School newspaper. It's constantly getting updated with news stories and developments, so be sure to check it out.
We have a link in the description below.
And for this week, our pet of the week is Macy. She's a Chihuahua who belongs to Gracie Pack. She loves to wear clothes, snuggle, and be loved on at all times.
And unfortunately, that about wraps it up this week.
Thank you all for watching. I'm Luke Raines.
And I'm Tyler Gaines.
And this has been The Sting.